Henry.
Mickey.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing quite well, all things considered.
Good. Good.
And how are you?
Well, fine, but I get the feeling that my day's about to get a lot worse.
Why's that?
You see the man that just walked in?
The one wearing the brown jacket?
That's the one.
What about him?
I think I stole his parking spot.
He does look quite angry.
Let's hope he doesn't hold a grudge.
And if he does?
Well, then you're invited to my funeral.
Wonderful.
What are you drawing?
You see that girl over there? The one attempting to open a sugar packet without it spilling everywhere?
Yeah.
Her.
Why her?
That's a good question. I think she just caught my eye. She seems like she's got an interesting backstory.
What makes you say that?
Just the way she holds herself, the fact that she never once looked up from the menu before ordering, but mostly what I noticed is the tattoo on her shoulder.
Is that a tree?
Certainly looks like it.
Maybe it represents a tree of life.
Or a tree from a farm where she grew up. You never know.
So what makes it so special?
Nothing in particular. Just the fact that that woman chose to get that tattoo on that shoulder. It's a reminder of the fact that everyone's unique and has their own story that they choose to share in a variety of ways.
It's oddly beautiful.
What makes it odd?
Well, the fact that this anecdote entirely came from one ordinary tattoo.
That's what makes it beautiful.
Indeed.
How's your painting going?
Yeah, about
that.
No. I've actually got a gallery showing next month.
No way! That's incredible.
Yeah.
So why are you scared?
I'm not scared.
You're definitely nervous about it.
Well, what if people don't like my work?
Your art is amazing.
Well, what if they don't agree with you?
Then you're invited to their funerals.
Okay. How long were you waiting for me before I got here?
Quite a while.
It wasn't that late.
No, you weren't. I got here early.
What, your boss doesn't mind you taking a long lunch break?
He doesn't care.
Since when?
Since he fired me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's not your fault.
No, I'm sorry for you.
We both know he didn't like me.
That's not a good enough reason to fire you.
I know. How's Sam?
I wouldn't know.
Why not?
She left.
She what?
You heard me.
May I ask what happened?
Variety of complications. It was bound to happen eventually.
I'm so sorry.
Is this what we'll be like from now on, wallowing in our sorrows together?
I prefer ominous positivity.
What's that supposed to mean?
Everything will be okay. It's inevitable.
That's oddly comforting.
You're welcome.
Hey, this looks great!
The proportions are a bit off. I think I'll do another one.
Of whom?
Maybe the man in the brown jacket?
You still think he holds a grudge?
There's no doubt about it.
Is there anyone else maybe you could draw? Possibly?
Any ideas?
Yeah. How about that lady with the purple glasses?
She's pretty.
Indeed she is.
Okay then.
What do you notice first about her?
Well, she's a pale girl with bright, white, blonde, wavy hair. She's surrounded by half a dozen plates of half-eaten food, and she's nearly finished with a book that she began reading about an hour ago.
And from that you deduce?
The food means that she's either indecisive or really hungry.
The fact that they're half-eaten confirms the former.
Agreed. And the book must be really intriguing.
What book is it?
I can't see the cover.
Me neither.
What's on your mind?
I don't want you to come to this gallery showing.
Why not?
Have I told you who's sponsoring it?
No. You got a sponsor?
Sorta.
Who is it?
Your old boss?
The one who just fired me?
That would be the one.
So That's why he fired me?
Henrietta, I don't think it's that simple. I mean...
He fired me so that he can hire you?
No. Okay, come on.
Did you know?
Did I know what?
That he would replace me with you?
No, of course not.
Nice. Very believable.
Henry, I'm serious. If I knew then, I never would have.
How much?
How much what?
How much is he paying you?
Does it matter?
I just don't understand.
Look, I don't either. Look, do you want me to quit and tell him to hire you back?
There's no guarantee that he'll hire me again, and that's assuming I want to go back.
Well, if you don't want to go back, then why are you angry at me?
I just wasn't ready for it. I wasn't going to stay there forever, we both know that. But this came up completely unexpectedly, and I just wasn't prepared for it.
Should I not have taken the job?
No, of course you should have. This is an amazing opportunity. I'm very happy for you.
Thank you. And look, I understand if this will take a while for you to forgive me.
It might.
This is why I was reluctant to tell you.
We tell each other everything.
And that's why I told you.
Thank you.
You have nothing to thank me for.
I'm sorry.
And you have nothing to apologize for.
She's leaving.
Did you get a glimpse of the book?
A Man Called Ove.
Never heard of it.
It's by Friedrich Buckman, Swedish writer.
Is it any good?
It's beautiful.
Suppose I should read it sometime.
You should. Too bad I couldn't finish the drawing.
But did you get most of it?
Mostly. I have to come up with some of the details.
Well, your secret is safe with me.
Now the question is if anyone will buy it.
You started selling your art?
I might as well.
Henry, it's amazing.
You think so?
I really do. In fact, I'll be your first buyer.
Okay. Which drawing would you like?
Show me. I'd like a commission.
Of what?
Of the man in the brown jacket.
Are you sure?
Sure, I'm sure.
Okay. I can do that.
Don't forget the angry glare.
Or the twinkle in his eye.
Is it a mischievous twinkle or a friendly sparkle?
Maybe a bit of both.
Bit of both works.
I wonder how he likes his coffee.
Why does his coffee matter?
The way a person drinks coffee can tell you a lot about them.
Interesting.
Indeed.
Anything else?
He has a cat.
He forgot to wipe off the fur off his coat before he left.
He missed a patch at the back of his arm.
Could be a dog.
Could be.
What makes you say it's a cat?
We all make assumptions.
Suppose that's what we've been doing this entire time.
That's what we're doing constantly.
What do you mean?
Everyone you walk past, have a brief encounter with, is judging you.
That's nice.
We can't help it, we're human.
That's what we've got to keep in mind as we live our daily lives.
That everyone is judging us?
And therefore we have to present ourselves in the best we can with our clothes and mannerisms.
I don't feel I should be responsible for what I'm like in other people's minds.
I think there's a balance to be found. I mean, on the one hand, why should anyone make assumptions about you? I mean, you know yourself best, right? On the other hand, we want to present ourselves in a way that people will think of us in a positive light.
I suppose I never thought of it all that deeply.
Well, and today's your lucky day.
Who do I look like?
You look like you.
No, you know what I mean. What would you think of me if you didn't know me?
I try not to make assumptions about people before knowing them.
And yet you can't help it.
Well, to a certain extent, no, but I mean, I try not to judge people before I've spoken to the said person.
You're ridiculous.
How so?
You're overthinking things.
Is that a bad thing?
It can be.
But it's my best talent.
Overthinking things?
Yep.
I see.
Don't worry, I'll be fine. I know myself best.
That's debatable.
Are you?
Am I what?
Are you fine?
I suppose. There.
Hey, this looks great.
I'm glad you like it.
I really do.
Good.
Henry, I'm sorry.
What are you sorry for?
You know.
It's all right.
I mean, is it?
Yes, it's fine. I'll get over it.
Okay, well then, in that case, I hope you come to the gallery.
I thought you didn't want me to come.
Well, I've changed my mind.
Are you sure you want me there?
Sure, I'm sure. I mean, look, you being there would be a lot harder for you than it would be for me. But if you do decide to come, you'll be welcome.
Thank you.
We'll book our funerals for another day.
We already agreed that you'd be the first one to die because I'm obviously the more intelligent one.
But what are you going to do on here without me? You can't hunt food for yourself.
I can. I can. That coyote incident was completely circumstantial.
Where you just try to catch him and he ended up just pissing on you?
Yeah.
Okay.
It could have happened to anyone, okay?
Well, what about Jim? What does he say?
Jim died like a week ago.
Oh, yeah.
The snake bit him in the ankle and then he healed from it and had a mental breakdown and sort of collapsed.
He ended up tasting pretty good.
He did. It's a shame we have nothing else to eat. It really is. Yeah.
All right, guys. Hey, Abigail, Davy. There's something. Can you guys do that really sad like crying your heads out or whatever? Let's see that. Come on.
Look, we already agreed that you'd be the first one to die because I'm obviously the more intelligent.
What are you even going to do about me?
I can survive.
You can barely hunt a coyote.
The coyote was purely circumstantial.
He ended up pissing on you. It smelled terrible. What does Jim say?
Jim died like a week ago.
Okay, stop, guys. That was too sad. Happy. Let's see that.
Look, you're gonna die first because I'm obviously more intelligent.
Yeah, what are you going to do on here without me anyway?
I can survive.
By hunting what?
Look, that coyote incident was purely circumstantial, I promise.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pissing on you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jim tasted pretty good as well.
He did. It's a shame that snake bit him, but at least he healed from it and collapsed from a mental breakdown, which, can happen to anyone.
Could have used a little bit of salt though.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that was really good. Now I want you guys to do this really fast. I think that's going to get us to where we want, okay?
Look, you're obviously going to die first because I'm so much more intelligent.
What are you even going to do on this island without me?
I can survive, I promise. I really
You couldn't even catch a coyote.
Look, that was purely circumstantial.
He ended up pissing on you.
Yeah, I know, but it was fine.
It smelled terrible for weeks.
Yeah, well, that's not my problem. I don't have a shower.
Okay, what does Jim say?
Well, Jim died. A snake bit him and then he collapsed from a mental breakdown.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It ended up tasting pretty good
It
anyways.
was really, really yummy.
Yeah.
All right, great.
Alright. That was a game we called Director's Cut. And we're now going to play another game, but we want to involve you guys a little bit. So we're going to play a game called First Line, Last Line. We're going to ask you, the audience, to give us 2 lines. The first of which will begin our scene, the second of which will end our scene, and it is up to us to improvise everything else in between. So, if you've got any ideas for any random lines or sequence of words that pops into your head, just raise your arm, raise your hand.
Like a word,
We'll take
something you'd say
anything.
in like a sentence, like
Anything, just a generic anything.
a raised van.
Yes.
Yes.
Can I have one of those? That's a good one.
All right.
And another one? Yes.
It's a pig in a tuxedo.
It's a pig in a tuxedo. All right. So, can I have one of those?
Can I have one of those?
And it's a pig in a
Pig in a
tuxedo.
tuxedo.
It's going to be difficult to remember. All right. It's a pig in a tuxedo.
It's first line.
Ooh, can I have one of those?
No, I'm sorry. We're kind of out of them.
What do you mean you're out of them? There's one right there.
Okay, how? Well, that is true.
Okay.
But pay up front.
How much?
It's a pig in a tuxedo. How much do you think it's going to be?
Let's do another one. Any ideas that you thought of, but you...
Raise of hands.
Yes, you in the back.
I walked all day to get here.
I walked all day to get here. Yes, you in the turquoise.
And we never saw him again.
And we never saw him again. So, what was the first one?
I walked all day to get
I walked all day to get here, and I'm blanking.
We've never seen him
Yeah,
again.
we've never seen him again. I walked all day to get here, and never seen him again.
I've walked all day to get here.
You know that you could have taken the escalator.
Why that stage behind the mountain?
I don't know, it just is. But there are signs plastered everywhere.
They're sign plastered as climbing places.
There's like one by the water
You know how much time
fountain.
that would have saved me?
Yeah, that's how I got here. It
You
was
know-
a lot faster.
I have an entire crew with me. I'm alone now.
What happened to the crew?
Oh no, I guess I lost them.
Oh, wow. Well, you're here now, so
Yeah.
yeah. Except we haven't got a crew.
Yeah, that is a problem.
Yeah, it really is, isn't it?
Miss Jim.
Hmm.
Where'd he go?
Poor Jim.
Maybe the... Where'd he go? Where'd he go?
Where did he go? I wonder where he went.
I think we should...
Alright,
Another
we'll do
one?
another one.
Hey.
Because why not?
You, the one who raised his hand
Yes.
3 times.
It's important to say with an exclamation.
His pants are on fire!
His pants are on fire. Alright. And another one? Yes.
Oh wow, asparagus.
Oh wow, asparagus. This will be a fun one. His pants are on fire, but
Oh,
very
wow,
exclamatory.
asparagus.
And then, oh wow, an asparagus. Alright. Oh my god, his pants are on fire!
I literally couldn't care. I'm just an angsty teen.
Okay, but like, you know the saying, liar, liar, pants are on fire?
That is pretty.
It's like Pinocchio with the nose.
I guess. What, is he juggling something?
Vegetables?
Is that an asparagus?
Wow, an asparagus! Thank you, everyone.
Grandma, can you pass me the flour, please? I thought we agreed to get gluten-free flour.
I would get that if I knew what it meant.
It's just a flour that isn't made of wheat. You should try it. It's healthy.
The moment cake turns into something healthy, it's no fun anymore.
So, I've got a nice variety of milks here. Which do you pick? There's almond milk, soy milk, oat milk, cashew milk.
What's wrong with the milk I have?
You know I'm lactose intolerant.
Since when?
I have told you 1,000,000 times.
You know, back in my day, we didn't have nearly as many allergies as you kids have now. They just don't make them like they used to.
Yeah, because in your days, people were too busy being racist. What would you rather, racial justice or a bunch of people who can process a slice of cheese?
Oh, not this again.
So, what cake are we making again?
A traditional chocolate cake, your dad's favorite.
You've been making this cake for his birthday for the past 40 years. Don't you think it's time to change things up a little?
Your father loves this cake.
Do you actually think you know him that well? I mean, you raised him and all that, but he hasn't been living in your house for a really long time. I bet he likes things now that he would have never liked 30 years ago.
Give me an example.
Okay, I'll name 3 random things that Dad likes, and you'll just have to guess what each one is.
Piece of cake.
6, The Office, and M&M.
So he likes the number 6. And the office he works at, of course. And that little round candy that's a miraculously successful ripoff of Smarties.
Very clever, Grandma, but not at all what I was talking about. Dad likes 6, the musical, the TV show The Office, and M&M, the rapper.
Okay, fine, I get it. I'm not as hip and cool as I used to be. But your father's favorite birthday cake is one thing I'm certain about.
You know what? I have a great idea.
Let me hear it.
I say we make 2 separate cakes. Whichever one Dad likes best wins. Young versus old.
Hey,
Sorry, Grandma, I didn't mean it that way.
well, you're not all too wrong.
Then, let the bake-off begin!
So what kind of batter did you decide to make?
I lean towards savory.
Oh my, I thought we were baking cakes.
We are.
Savory cake? Is that a thing these days? Wow, I really am getting old.
Well, I wouldn't exactly say it's a thing, but I think in the kitchen, creativity is key.
Well, I agree, but one must not get too creative or things can get messy, which is another reason I went with a simple chocolate cake.
Grandma, how old do you think the story is these?
Oh, it's been lying in the pantry for some time, so no more than 5 years. I'm sure it's fine.
5 years. It says here best before 1989.
Oh, the day is just there for legal reasons. Flour doesn't actually go bad.
I feel like I should be concerned about all the meals I've ever had here.
I thought you knew that the reason my food tasted so good is because half the ingredients are way past their due dates.
At times like this, I really hope you're joking.
Oh, you know I'm just messing with you. Anyway, that was a lot of spice you put into that cake of yours. Are you sure it's going to blend in with everything else you put in?
You're talking as if I tipped the whole spice cabinet into my cake. Trust me, it's going to turn out amazing.
Well, I'm curious. What spices did you use?
Well, I put some ginger,
That could be nice.
some turmeric and cumin.
Interesting.
Oh, I also added garlic powder.
Oh, how flavorful.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking. What is this child doing? I've never heard of something so gruesome in my entire life, even at my ripe old age.
You know, I'm not even that old. Besides, I'm sure your cake will be just divine.
So how many minutes do you want me to put on my timer?
Oh, no thanks, honey. I don't need a timer. I've got my internal clock.
Are you sure?
You know, I've done this more times than I can count. It's... Once upon a time, there weren't these gadgets and gizmos to make our lives unnecessarily easier. I've done this more times than I can remember. It's a simple chocolate cake. Nothing can go wrong.
Make it stop! Stop it! Make it stop!
I told you your cake would get funky if you put too many things in it that didn't necessarily belong.
Oh, come on, Grandma, it can't be that.
No, you can't see that.
What? Why?
No reason. I wanted to let the cake cool down for a moment.
Wouldn't it make more sense to let the cake cool out of the oven?
Nope.
So it's your cake that got burned. I'm starting to think you should replace the batteries in your internal clock. Well, let's not get too caught up. We still have one more cake.
It's as if in one single bite I flew all the way to India with a quick layover in Mexico.
Well, that's just insulting to India and Mexico.
It wasn't that bad. It was an adventure.
Yeah, an adventure even Indiana Jones would ever go on.
You know what? I think we work better as a team. What do you say we make another cake together next year? Because we are out of time. I'm going to call the bakery and see if they can deliver.
Good call. I see your internal clock is working again.
You know, one more snarky comment like that and you'll have to clean up this whole mess.
Trust me, I'd rather clean the dishes than talk to a stranger on the phone.
That's definitely an issue we can address another time. Hello? Yes, I'd like to order one large chocolate cake.
Don't forget to tell them to add a dash of garlic.
Poem by Chaya Weintraub. There is something swell about the summer, the way heat fills up my chest, clearing away the blue I gathered from the coldest of days, the way rain comes down lightly, afraid to overpower the beauty of what it interferes, the way I can count on that yellow friend to show its face even when an awful cloud comes to fight, or our sparkling moon arrives to steal its glory, the way a picturesque spot gleams at every bright morning, dominating bolder days of the wonderful light. The way I can move my fingers and toes without the fear of them parting from me. The way I can stroll off the warm sand, all sunburned with pleasure, wearing clothing a baby can carry. The way freedom tastes when I stand outside my door, hoping for an adventure. The way my cheeks say smile, and all who meet me are kinder. The way my heart beats for its return because I long to feel alive forever. There is something swell about the summer.
A poem by Rachaeli Fuchs. I had a pen as a heart, and a poet in my soul. I have words on my lips that ink can't quite spill. I got stories in my mind that rings in my head. My creativity's alive, but my will feels dead. The words that write the greatest songs are the ones that break my heart. The greatest stories are the ones that tear me apart. If time is a lesson, it's way overdue. To teach me to love, but even more so, to teach me to lose. To teach me to learn that nobody is who they seem to be. That sometimes love has you shackled, but heartbreak sets you free. I used to live in memories, never really in today. My life consisted of happy tomorrows and sad yesterdays. But if for one moment I stop and live in this present, maybe I truly understand life's essence.
A poem by Abigail Fox. Today I dreamt about the sea, a majestic force moving wild and free, where big tall waves crash to and fro, and sea foam sprays and falls like snow. The day's sunlight shines white and bright when looking from below. The darkness calls when nighttime falls and conceals the unknown. Today I dreamt about a moor, at the point where earth meets shore, where the gravel turns to dust and glows a golden shade of rust. Moonlight reflects in glittery specks upon the grains of sand. Stars sing and ripples swing where the ocean meets land.
Writings by Davy Singer. Near, what are you doing? I'm driving my train. You're holding on to a plastic plate. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean I can't enjoy it. Dan, you're 40 years old. It's about time you stop doing these childish things. Hey, the work of a train driver is necessary and definitely not childish. Oh, for God, give me that. Not my plate, stop, I'm losing control. Damn, I just ran someone over because of you.
We open on a wounded tenement building, windows flooding with the rain as if it were crying. Not in a desperate fashion, but as if it were a necessary release from torment.
I hate nights like this.
The man walks the steps of the tenement. His shoes thud against the cracks in the marble halls. Lights flicker as he comes to a stop. Apartment 26. The door creaks from its hinges despite the lack of force. The man drags his drenched hair up above his face. He swallows, face grizzled from 43 years, 3 days unshaven. Eyes tinted red at the edges by even less sleep, calloused scars grace his neck and brow, but a gentle face nonetheless. The wooden flooring creaks underfoot from decades of strain as the...
Oh shit, what are you doing here at this hour? It's cold, get in here. Don't worry, I won't be long. You gotta stop rushing all the time. I'll give you some tea. I don't really have coffee. I'm trying to lay off it. Sorry.
The older man approaches an armchair to rest, nerves easing by instinct. The scent of warm tea contrasts the odor of the rain, each drowned by the torrential sound against the windows, glass partially boarded up to keep the warmth in.
So do you want licorice? Decaf for this wild berry.
Suppose I'll have their licorice.
The younger man looks upon him with a calm, already accustomed with the humble living conditions, or perhaps because there is no more suitable expression unto the man you owe sobriety.
So, look distracted. New case?
Same one. But there have been a few more complications.
Jeez, you've been on the same one for months.
Yeah. Brings me to why I'm here. Gotta ask you something.
Go ahead.
Have you spoken to anyone else about my case?
No, of course not. You know I don't even have anyone I could.
Wilson's dead.
Are you kidding me?
Well, he's gone. I don't know for sure, but I have no doubts.
Then how do you know for sure?
He's been a partner for nearly a decade. I know where he goes, I know his habits. He doesn't just disappear. He has a kid, a woman. He adores them.
Sometimes people just do that. I should know. Hold out hope.
Don't give me that. You know he was on his
He
case.
simmers into a piercing whine. The younger man apologizes for the interruption and rises to the kitchen. In the corner of the older man's eye, he notices a new painting over the withered walls, while the younger man discreetly slips a revolver from underneath the counter under his sweater.
Was it Earl Grey or licorice you wanted?
Earl Grey.
The painting, in its reds and grays, its sharp palette cuts and careless bleeds, was of a sole eye. It looked back.
You into oil painting now?
I only got into it recently.
A little intense, yeah? Feels frustrated.
You could say that, but it's nothing really.
How's the job search going?
Miserable. What I want is somewhere I can belong, but, or at least feel respected, but I can't expect that from a job.
What have you been doing to earn that respect?
Nothing.
Besides, you know that respect doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, I know. Do what makes you respect yourself, and not what lets you dislike yourself. I remember.
It's a good rule.
The older man moves to the window, peering through the boards to watch the jagged shapes of the city split the rainfall.
Have you ever hurt anyone and not felt anything?
Almost. Told me it was alright. Wasn't. Can't take that back.
How did you reconcile with that?
Well, seeing as there was no one left alive to beg forgiveness from, I suppose I'll take that debt to the grave. There is no reconciliation. I just have to forgive myself as best I could.
The younger man winces as he gently grazes his arm. Reality has a habit of letting down comfortable lies.
If you're still there in the war, could you forgive yourself from here?
I don't think so. If I could listen to my protests for that long and not get out, it'd be a lost cause.
I've built up quite a debt myself. Are you here to forgive me or condemn me?
I'm here to listen, for all that's worth.
Goosebumps crawl the young man as a sympathetic gaze settles on his back. A well-built wall in his mind, prison for his shame, suddenly had a door, and it was creaking open.
I just wanted to be free, not have someone else make a decision for me, because my head feels like it's swimming in shit, and my ears are clogged with contempt, and I kill everything I touch. I just didn't want to have to think. I wanted someone else to tell me what to do. Anyone would be better than me.
You're a good kid. You have a good conscience. You're not stupid. That's why it hurts. You know the truth. And the truth hurts too much to forgive. And if you try to ignore it, it just buries you deeper. But freedom isn't surrender. It's what's left after you make amends.
I'm so sorry.
The rain, split open by the city, crying from the rafters, washing away the mind's grime, deafens the gunshots.
My name is Robbie Sasson. I'm the director of Crossroads. I hope everyone's enjoying themselves. Crossroads is an organization that offers services, programs to teens and young adults to reach their potential and thrive. And throughout the whole night, all I'm saying to myself is, reach their potential and thrive. Like, this is reaching potential and thriving. And I wanted to, on that note, take a moment to acknowledge Sibi, our director. And the rest of the Theater Shed team, and the rest of the Crossroads team, some of whom are here tonight. Other services that we offer is a therapy clinic, crisis intervention. We have a vocational, we have a job center. We do educational support and help people get their GEDs. We have a 24-hour hotline. And really, no matter what we do, it's really about offering support, giving opportunity, and reaching potential and thriving. We do that through the Theater Shed. Theater Shed is a program that started right before Corona, and somehow, during Corona, we put on 2 virtual theater festivals, and now here we are in person, which is really amazing. And we also do other programs. One of them in particular is our School of Rock, which is our music program. And the music that you're about to, the interlude that you're going to hear when I step down, is something that was also created by participants at Crossroads with a music teacher that was, turned into an interlude for tonight. So thank you everyone for coming, and enjoy the rest of the night.
This isn't working.
Still working on that play of yours?
Go away, Block.
If anyone needs to be leaving, it's you. You've been sitting at this desk for hours, and you still haven't made any progress.
Okay, I'm sure if I sit here for just a little bit longer,
something will hit me.
That's the 5th time you've said that in the past hour, and the only thing hitting the head of yours has been your palm.
Oh my gosh, where is creativity when you need it?
Creativity's the last thing we need. Look, you're not going to get anywhere with this, so just pack up and stop acting like a buffoon.
Someone say baboons!
Oh.
We're writing a play? Ooh, I know just the perfect thing you should write about.
Here we go again.
You should write a story about a brave knight Russian embarked on a treacherous journey to rescue a damsel in distress.
Oh, come on, those stories are way too cliche. Anyone would be able to guess how the plot goes before they even reach the table of contents.
Okay, so what about an ogre who gets shunned by his peers, but then they need his help, so he saves them?
And they all become good friends.
That's what I was thinking. Maybe you could write a romance.
Oh, sure. And what experience do you expect her to base it off?
Good point. What about a heavily religious man who survives a flood by sailing on a boat with several animals?
Well, clearly that's been done before.
What?
Well, duh. Life of Pi.
Well, what if we change it from a play to a musical?
What difference would that make?
When you don't know what to write and your page remains white, just burst into a song and we will sing along.
When you don't know what to do, don't think you can push through. There's no way you can prevail, so just accept that you will fail.
You must admit it's got a ring. It could be the perfect thing.
How can I not see it? The answer is to sing!
Oh. Okay, so maybe we should stick to a play. Something original in that case. A story about a T-Rex who travels through time to find a lost artifact, but then he gets captured by a group of monkey men and discovers that the monkey's leader is his long-lost twin. In a last-ditch effort to find the artifact, in a last-ditch effort to save the planet, he destroys the artifact, understanding that the true treasure were the friends he made along the way.
I can't even begin to comprehend what you just suggested. That's way too much, even for a 2-hour film. We're trying to write a short story.
No. We're trying to write a short story. You're just rejecting all of my ideas.
Well, maybe if your ideas weren't so terrible, I wouldn't have what to reject.
Take that back!
Never!
All you ever do is stop us making progress!
And all you ever do is waste our time with ridiculous ideas.
They only seem ridiculous to you because you lack the ingenuity to understand my genius!
What a great insult! Did you come up with that yourself?
Robbie, stop!
Okay, this is not helping anything. Maybe I should just give up on the play. I'm not going to be able to think of any good ideas. Wait a minute. I've got it.
Got what?
An idea. It's all so clear now. How did I not see it before?
Go on, then tell us.
The play will be about a person who has writer's block.
Oh, please. Who would sit through that? Oh.